Happy to meet you all. In this video, we are going to see how to solve the assertion and reasoning questions. Basically, there are two components in this question. The first component is the assertion. Assertion means a firm statement. The second component is a reason. Reason means the explanation for the assertion. The assertion and reasoning question is classified into two. The first part is the stem, which consists of the assertion and reason statements. The second part is the alternatives, which comprises of four different options to answer this question. The first option will be both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation for the assertion. The second option will be both assertion and reason are true, but the reason is not the correct explanation for the assertion. The third option will be the assertion is true but reason is false. The fourth option will be the assertion is false and the reason is true. There are 5 simple steps to solve this assertion and reason question. Step 1. First, find whether the assertion is a true statement independently. Step 2. Now find whether the reason is a true statement independently. Step 3. Very important step. Find whether there is any direct link between the assertion and the reason statements. Step 4. Now find whether the reason is the correct explanation for the assertion using words like because, that's why, due to, and therefore. Step 5. Now mark the correct option from your interpretation of first 4 steps. Choose whether A is true or is the correct explanation, or A is true or is not the correct explanation, or A is true or is false, or A is false and or is true. Now let's understand the results with a simple example. In this example, the assertion is I scored first mark in science. The reason is I prepared well yesterday. If you look at this assertion and reason statements, the assertion is true statement and the reason is also a true statement. There is a direct link between the assertion and the reason. As I prepared well yesterday, I scored first mark in science. So there is a direct link between the assertion and the reason. So A is true, reason is also true, and there is a direct link, and R is the correct explanation for A. Let's now understand the same from a subjective example. Let us now see a subjective example. Assertion statement is power sharing is an important component of federalism. A reason statement is power sharing reduces conflicts between the union and the state governments. Now let us apply because in between assertion and reason. Power sharing is an important component of federalism because power sharing reduces conflicts between the union and the state governments. Now the interpretation is both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation for the assertion. Let's now understand with examples for all the 4 options. Example, the assertion is arteries are thick-walled and elastic in nature. The reason is arteries have to transport blood away from the heart. So in this statement, A is true, or is also true, but or is not the correct explanation for A. See why R is not the correct explanation for A. Arteries are thick-walled and also elastic in nature because there is a high pressure blood flowing inside them, and not because they need to carry blood away from the heart. That is why R is not the correct explanation for A. Now let's see another example. The assertion is copper wire has low resistivity. The reason statement is copper is a bad conductor of electricity. Here the assertion is true but the reason is false. Let's see why reason is false. Copper wire has low resistivity, that is why it is a good conductor of electricity, whereas in the reason it is given as a bad conductor. That is why or is false. Let's see another example. In this assertion statement, diamonds cannot cut glasses. A reason statement says diamonds have high refractive index. In this case, the assertion is false, but the reason is true. Let's see why the assertion is false. Diamonds are used to cut glasses since they are the hardest substance. But the assertion statement is given as diamonds cannot cut glasses. So assertion is false. Now let us quickly recap the strategies. Find out whether the assertion and reason statements are true separately. Find whether there is any direct link between the assertion and the reason. This is a very important step. Another important technique in finding out the answer is you need to apply words like because, that's why, due to, therefore between the assertion and the reason statements. If you do so, you can find out the right answer. The last important step is you need to find out whether the reason is the correct as well as the direct explanation for the assertion statement. This is very important. This will give you the right option at the end of the day. Wish you all the very best for your board exams. Thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share, comment and also subscribe the channel. Thank you all.